Yo, what up? What's going on? How we doing, y'all? How we doing? We back in here for another one. What's popping? So yeah, it's Friday, y'all. Trying to make it through. You know what I mean? But yeah, we got a couple things to cover. So we got this Spalding County approves massive $3.9 billion data center close to Atlanta. And then we have Kemp, the governor, suspends lawmaker that's been accused of unemployment fraud during COVID scandal with the PPP loans. You know, surprising, I know. And then we got the vets. Veterans are protesting the VA bill at the state capitol building. They don't like it. We're gonna look at it. You know, we're gonna look at it too and see why they don't. We'll figure it out. So with that, let's look into this data center right here. What's going on with this data center, Mike? Let's see. That is not it. I wonder why. All right, that thing is just not gonna go away. That's cool. Whatever. Whatever, dog. Okay. This is not it either. There we go. Here we go. Spalding County approves massive.
That would be the understatement of the
Oh yeah,
century.
you gotta
Kurt
shut
Warner's
that
named
mess
member of
up,
the
bro.
Pro Football Hall of Fame's
Yeah,
class
shut
of
that mess up.
2016.
Oh,
Going
nope,
into
wrong one.
season 4 as captain of your Sens.
Why?
Brady Kachuk, welcome to Locked On Senders.
One of the most famous Chargers
They,
of
like,
all time.
make
We have
me-
Sean Lights Out Merriman on the show.
NBA champion.
Oh my goodness, yes. Hush. All right. So, Spalding County approves massive $3.9 billion data center near Atlanta. Fox 5 reports. Spalding County commissioners unanimously approved a $3.9 billion, 5 million square foot data center complex along Interstate 75. Officials claim the project will lower resident tax burdens without leaving taxpayers responsible for development costs. And remember, we just did a story yesterday on how the lawmakers are basically fighting back and coming up with different ways to hold these huge corporations accountable for propping up these data centers. Many of them many of them are only producing the about less than a third of the statistics around these things, like jobs, income, energy. Only a third. Raised it only less than a third actually for the state. It said it was gonna raise like it was some crazy number. It was in the billions. No, was it in the billions? It was in the millions. It was like $475 million for the state or something like that. But I don't know. When it only raised about a third. But yeah, residents opposed the plan, citing concerns over environmental pollution and the loss of generational agricultural land. Yeah, Spalding County commissioners voted unanimously on Thursday to approve a massive $3.9 billion data center that will span 190 acres along Interstate 75. What we know, the development, headed by Wallace Jackson LLC, will feature 10 buildings totaling 5 million square feet. To put the scale in perspective, the complex will be roughly the size of 2 Mercedes-Benz stadiums. Dang. Hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. covering some local news, But 2 Mercedes-Benz stadiums, bro. That stadium is huge. And we just got through talking about the stadium too. I think that was like 2 or 3 episodes ago. But while the project represents a multi-billion-dollar investment about an hour south of Atlanta, it has sparked a sharp divide between local officials and residents. What they're saying, county officials and developer framed the project as a major win for local taxpayers. Supporters argue the center will provide a significant economic boost to the area. We just talked about this. They said the same thing about the other data centers. They produce less than a third of the jobs, of the income for the state for 2025. Less than a third. So, I mean, these people are promising the same things and they're going to get the same result. I think there is an opportunity for us to work with our board of commissioners and understand what the best option is for our community, said Spalding County Attorney Stephen Ledbetter. This may be one of the best options for our communities. So what is lower taxes for our residents? That's the intent. That's the direction that this board is taking us. Yes, sir, is to lower the taxes. This sounds so phony. Yes, sir, it's to lower the taxes. Like who speaks like this? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I swear, sir. That's what we're trying to do, sir. We're just trying to lower your taxes, sir. Yep. As my hand is in the cookie jar, you know what I mean? Pulling out the cookies. Yep. I'm trying to make cookies. I'm not trying to steal any cookies. I'm trying to make everybody cookies. It's crazy. It's nuts. I'm doing very well. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I'm hanging in there. It's Friday. I made it to the end of the week. I got to work tomorrow. Happy to be here. Happy to have you here. The other side. However, dozens of residents attended the commission meeting to protest the decision, citing concerns over land use and potential pollution. It's taking precious land that people have lived here for generations to farm, and they're turning it into a data center that's not going to provide any jobs of substance to the county, said resident Gregory Burns. And it's going to potentially pollute our water with the possibility of hazardous waste into it. Yeah, exactly. This is the same thing, same concerns. So that's basically the article right there. What we don't know, despite the vocal opposition, the unanimous vote moves the project forward. A lawyer representing Wallace Jackson LLC declined to comment on the approval. Man, they had to have paid all of those people because it unanimously passed, y'all. So I think possibly every single one of them was paid unanimously. Really? Nobody listened to the people. None of the commissioners in Spalding County. That's crazy. Nobody listened to the people. Nobody listened. It's wild. Yeah. So there's no timeline. Basically, that's what this says. There's no timeline for the whole thing yet. But yeah. So that's that. Moving on. What's next, yo? Lawmaker suspended. Let's see about this. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has suspended state rep Sharon Henderson, and we talked about this when it happened too. When they found out she did that fraud, basically. I did a story on it, but Kemp acted Thursday after a report found the Democrats' indictment on. Oh wow. They just left a clean cliffhanger right here. That's interesting. All right, let's get down to the raw information, y'all. So the report convention, Sharon Brown Honey, her ability to perform her duties from a review commission finding that the charges against Democratic Yeah, this is. Yep, she's suspended. Okay, right here. Republican governor ordered her suspended from office until her case is resolved or her term expires in January 2027. Henderson was indicted in December on charges of theft of government funds and making false statements, accused of illegally collecting 17,811 in unemployment benefits. She has pleaded not guilty and is free on bail. Gerald Griggs, Henderson's lawyer, has said his client will fight the charges and had called on the Republican camp to refrain from suspending Henderson. We look forward to litigating this matter in court, Griggs wrote in a Jan 8 text message. In America, every individual is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. All right. Prosecutors say Henderson falsely claimed benefits in 2019 as a laid-off substitute teacher. But prosecutors say Henderson hadn't worked for the Henry County school system since 2018 and say her contract included an acknowledgement that substitute teachers aren't entitled to unemployment payments. Prosecutors say Henderson falsely claimed she worked for the school system in 2019 and 2020 while seeking benefits in 2020 and 2021. Henderson took office in House District 113, which covers part of Newton County, in January 2021. Henderson's suspension comes a day after former state rep Karen Bennett pleaded guilty to one count of making false statements to collect $13,940. Bennett, 70, resigned from the House just before being charged. Yep, and I think I covered that like 2 days ago too. Bennett's lawyers said she will pay back the $13,490, but said prosecutors have agreed to seek no prison time or supervised release. Her sentencing is scheduled April 15th. The federal government paid special unemployment benefits during the pandemic using state unemployment systems to people who lost their jobs because COVID-19. As with regular unemployment benefits, applicants had to certify every week that they remained unemployed to claim benefits. Yep. So that's what's happening there. We'll see if she can fight the case. You know what I mean? I think she's pretty dead to right. I mean, all the information and stuff is there, but we'll see. They haven't actually had the case yet. But if you said that you worked there in 2020 and in 2019 and 2020, but you didn't, that's pretty open and shut case. So we'll see. We'll see if she gets off. And maybe there's some information we don't know that will play out in court. But it looks like she's not gonna get away from this. Looks like she ain't gonna get away from this one. Oh yeah, let's moving on. All right, veterans protest proposed VA bill at the state capitol. Dozens of veterans gathered Wednesday at the state capitol in opposition of a bill aiming to limit who can serve as a Veterans Affairs claims agent. Okay, thank you, Sarah Callis. Appreciate that. Dozens of veterans gathered Wednesday outside the state capitol in opposition of a bill aiming to put guardrails on who can serve as a Department of Veteran Affairs claims agent. Claims agents help veterans navigate the VA claims process, including filing claims and appeals and gathering evidence. House Bill 108 aims to regulate these agents, according to State Rep. Josh Bonner. Currently in the state of Georgia, there are no protections for veterans that get approached by bad actors operating in this space and could potentially scam them, he said. Increased regulations include a background check requirement, limits on who can receive compensation, and restricting claims agents' access to veterans' login information. But the veterans who organized at the Capitol, such as Michael Schwartz, said the current system is working. He worries the bill could open the door for unscrupulous lawyers to take advantage of them. It's predatory towards the veterans of our state. That's exactly right. Schwartz ain't wrong here. He's not wrong to worry about this. This is it's kind of like the consulting business in this country. Like the consulting business is like the most fraud thing ever. It seems like, man, it's like the most paid and bought off thing ever. But these lawyers kind of act like that for the state, when like consulting groups for the federal consulting groups are a little, it's like worse. You know what I mean? But you do have state consulting groups that are really bad about, taking funds from large companies and bribes, basically, to vote certain ways on certain bills. So there's always some type of interest behind that money, wherever you go. So especially with consultants, because that's all it is. It's like, I'm gonna give you advice, and then I'm gonna take a check. So, yeah, yeah, he's right about that. Having that person in your corner who does have the in with the VA, who is accredited, makes things a lot simpler for a veteran. The bill passed the House last session and is awaiting action in the Senate. Yeah, man, they better listen to these veterans, bro. They better listen to these veterans, bro. And it's just taking advantage of these people. How are veterans no protections for veterans that get approached by bad actors operating in this space and could potentially scam them? That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Increased regulations include a background check, limits on who can receive compensation, and restricting claims agents' access to veterans' login information. Of course. Of course. I mean, it might slow down the process a little bit, but like, you don't want, all these people that have access to your accounts and information, all this stuff. That's nuts. But the veterans who are organized at the Capitol, such as Michael Schwartz, that the current system is working. He worries the bill could open the door for unscrupulous lawyers to take advantage of them. Yeah, that's crazy. Thank you, Sarah, for this short article here. We appreciate it. But yeah, that's it on that. Let's get to the beats. Hello. We back. We back and we back. We back and we back. Yeah, let's get to the beats. All right. Let me get my some drums up in here. I want simple drums, simple kick. Might be too heavy right here. No, it might be a little too heavy. Yeah. Hey, hope you're having a good Friday, man. Good to see you. Chilling, making some music. Hope you're doing well. Nothing but love for you. Dankley. Shout out. It's Friday. It's Friday night. And I feel alright. Sorry. About to drop this in the mixer. Don't take much. Hey, two of my favorite things as well. Eventually, I want to do like music history on here as well. I just haven't had the time to kind of combine all of it. But I'm still trying to get used to doing the politics and whatnot. But heck yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Two of my favorite things too. Hey, go ahead and follow. So I can so we can do this together, you know? Yeah, we got it. Oh, cut off a little early there. I don't know why. Try that again. Oh, I see why. I see why. I didn't create another pattern. Am I crazy? Okay, yeah, but we good now. All right. Not quite. Hey. That's fire. Majored in history. I love history. That's awesome. Very, very cool. I'm reading a book right now called The Great Upheaval. It's Jay Winnick, but it's basically about like 1788 to 1800, like American Revolution, French Revolution, and the Polish rebellion against Russia, Catherine the Great, and her death. Very, very good stuff. I would suggest that book. But the only reason why I'm reading that book is because like that was the book Jay wrote before he wrote the his surrender at Appomattox during the Civil War. He wrote a whole book around that. So I'm trying to get there, but I'm reading this book. It's wild. But I'm at like the last 100 pages, so very, very interesting stuff though. Oh, and I majored in audio engineering uh, when I was in school. So very nice, very nice. Yes, I love history. Eventually, I want to be able to get the music history stuff going, but I'm trying to, work the politics muscle a little bit. Yes. Yes. Liberal democracy. That's exactly like liberalism, and how it just creates all of these other branches, like the socialism and all of that. Like, it's very interesting. These people just wanted their own land. Uh, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Music theory is nice. I mean, like, I guess I mean, music theory is nice. If you're gonna go into that type of thing, I mean, you probably could just find some like YouTube videos or something like that. Because music theory is it's like the theory is kind of a finite thing. Now, what you can do with it is like limitless, you know. But like the knowledge is kind of like, you know, after you get to a certain point, you're like, okay, it's all about forms now. You know what I mean? Different forms. Uh, but very, very, very interesting. Definitely. I would say, get hop on YouTube, man. That's all I could say. Maybe, you know, or get some books. You know, um, yeah, yeah, it is. Piano's hard, man. It is that, you know, independency between both hands is yeah, but just for fun, definitely, definitely. I do all of this just for fun, you know. So, hey, shout out to Norway. That's very cool. Yes, I wish we had that system, man. The whole Denmark thing is crazy. It's like, why do you think them people love being, you know, them people love being a part of Denmark, bro. People in Greenland don't want to be American. There's no benefit, none. That's crazy. But shout out to you. Shout out to Norway too. Um, I bet you it's nice over there. Heck yeah, man. We're peaceful. We're reasonably peaceful people here in the U.S. We got some not so bright folks here, like half of us. I guess. But yeah. Yeah, that's all I need. That's all I need. All right, everything in the mixer yet? Nope. Maybe. Hold on. Nope. All right, let me drop this stuff in the mixer. The mixer. Really want to turn up my snap here. Make it more apparent. I'm probably going to add some reverb to that guy, you know. We're gonna route it to this track only. Give me some space. I need some space. I need to hear it. There we go. That's a definite yes, yes. Then people did want to be independent, and they were looking for their, you know, their autonomy from Denmark. And from my understanding, like there was a plan in place for them to eventually get it, but yeah, I can completely see why that's been put on hold now. That's crazy, you know. But that whole thing is wild, man. I completely feel for those people, and I hope they get to stay a part of Denmark, and I hope that, you know, the U.S. will just leave them folks alone, man. We just need to leave folks alone, man. Like, good gracious, that's all I want. That's all I want. I'm sorry, y'all. Bring that piano back. Yeah, something simple like that. You don't need to make it too complicated. From Quarantine this. You might be able to use this later. Let's see. Let me see. Yep. Okay. I don't know why I hit that note twice. Boom, boom. That's exactly right, man. And it's always been a problem. I mean, this is like it's always been this issue. It's just been exacerbated. You know, it's been made worse by a criminal. But we've always had this interest. It's I mean, like this problem is that like pay to play problem. You know, like um we have people that are worth more than multiple countries that are here, and they just, bully the politics, and they pay everybody off. People, once they get comfortable in that lifestyle of getting that type of check and type of money, you know, they continue to do what they need to do in order to uphold that lifestyle. And so, yeah, it's just terrible. It's terrible for everybody. We don't have any representatives here. We're not, we don't have anybody to represent us. We don't have anybody to fight back. Democratic Party is like straight trash right now. I can't even, like, there's nothing good to say about them. They're straight trash. But the Republicans, of course, are worse. So, but I mean, we really don't have any recourse. All I can do is make this music and help people be informed about the local politics. I feel like, family, friends, because a lot of people don't know what's going on around them. So, trying to start at what's around me, and then, maybe I can move up the ladder. But yeah, I completely agree with you. It's same thing for, it's like, for me and the Russians. I love the Russian people. You know what I mean? It's the government, bro. Same thing for any country. Name your country. Fidel was, that boy. How did he have them long speeches, bro? They're like 4-hour speeches. I don't understand. Like, it's like the only person that talked more than Trump is Fidel Castro. Like, how in the world? But yeah. Once I turn it down a little bit, it's gonna kind of be in the background, and then the reverb I'm about to put on it is going to help the timing as well. I don't want it that low, but throw it in the mixer here. There we go. Yeah, let me get another pattern in here. We're gonna use this I can't spell. I can't even speak it. Xenology. There we go. Sorry. If you have over 100 lovers and over 500 assassination attempts, a 4-hour speech is nothing. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. But hey, that boy was built different, bro. Crazy, you know. But yeah, I see your point there. Oh man, yeah, that boy, he was on one probably every day. But you know, I feel like he was just out there. He actually had to fight for his though. They was out there in the jungle of Cuba fighting back, Roy. Like that's real. Trump ain't gonna do none of that. He ain't doing none of that, bro. Like if we actually get into some type of real conflict, bro, um, it's gonna be ruthless because these people have no heart. You know what I mean? They don't have any I mean, what was the excuse to get out of Vietnam? I can't remember what excuse he used, but it was some kind of crazy excuse. But like, yeah, these people ain't ready for that, bro. They're really not ready for that. And they don't. There's no compassion there for others or empathy or um, like there's no like analysis of how what these people go through, what poor people go through, what anybody goes through except him. It's a narcissistic idea of running the government, and that's where we're at. That's why, I mean, like, they're all useless. Congress is useless. Supreme Court useless. And it's getting worse. So, but I want it to get better. I would like to see it get better. I would really like that. But in order for it to get better, I feel like some people will have to be held accountable. And that's what I think that's what many of us are looking for. But when everybody's paid off and when everybody's paid off and suppressed and scared, there's not much you can do. But the people of Minnesota right now, they're doing their strike, and they're doing their blackout on big company goods, no Walmart, no Target, and they're doing a strike from work today. So that's fire. I think that's awesome organizing on their behalf, and I love to see it. And I hope it works. And I know there's a couple other states that are in solidarity with that. Oh, can't. But that's awesome. I love to see it. That's right. Yep, that's the only area we got, man. All I can do is influence what's around me and try to set a good example for others. I think that's the only thing I can really do. And vote. Try to be a kind person. You know what I mean? Like try to be nice. Try to help somebody. And then informing is important too, because I think our biggest weapon is knowledge and being informed about certain things that's going on around us, because a lot of people dismiss that because the federal politics is so big. It's such a big thing. It's always in your face. People are always talking about it, but we don't talk about the local political dynamics around us. So yeah, appreciate that. Thank you. I kind of like that. Oh, it's a sequence. Pulsating. Not gonna work for mine though. But I do like that sound. I do like that sound though. Yeah, what the heck is this? That is correct. Yes. That's you're exactly right. Yep. So many movements have been grown from the from the grassroots, and that's completely right. It's too easy for things to become talk, just talking points, I guess, when it comes to federal level stuff. That's right. That's right, man. It is. I mean, like, there's not much you can do about it on the federal level. Like, we're trusting, you know, I mean, basically the same people. We're trusting the same people to fix the problem. Like the people that's a part of the problem, we're trying to get them to fix the problem, and it's just not. It's not working. That's crazy sound right there. Oh man. I'm trying to find that sound that's gonna wrap this thing on up. I usually post this on my YouTube at by 8 o'clock every day. Sometimes it'd be 9 o'clock. Just because I be working. I get home later. But yeah, JPOC on YouTube, man. Yes, and see, that's how you do it. You go city to city, you know, letting the people know, educating the people, and then that's how you really start that. That's how grassroots, any grassroots organization starts. You know what I mean? I think now Castro's like, his whole thing was kind of like he did, but there was a lot more like vicious fighting of fighting the other side, in these jungle environments. But he also was educating and feeding people. He was doing all of that too. So yes, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. It's got to be done. It's hard work, but it's the only way. It's the only way. I mean, any other way is gonna be bought and paid for by somebody, and they're gonna want all the advantages from it. But if it's like, completely organic from the populace, then it's really hard for it to fail. So yeah, definitely, I feel that. That's the only way. Put a harpsichord in here on y'all. Don't make me. I need something that's gonna be like a good sequencer that will go good with this pad that I have. That's really what I'm looking for. They have a lot of good synth leads in xenology that I appreciate very much. Mallet synths. Oh, they ain't got no sequencers. Yeah, I think we got enough. I'm gonna put a little something in the middle of this. All right. Yes. Yes. Parentes, yes, said if we did those things, we not only would have stolen the communist program, we would have become them. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Yep. And that's it, man. That's it. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's a real statement right there, you know. Hopefully hopefully one day we can do it. It's a little harder here because um one, I think like we're super polarized and like both sides are just pretty much like tired of it. And so it's kind of hard to get everyone on board. And like nowadays like people are really fearful of speaking out because you know like our families are intermingled between both sides, and so it's weird. Like the generational gap, I think, is what holds us back in a lot of ways. You know, our politicians being as old as they are. You know, um, I think it's a problem. Yeah, like, but it's it's wild. Yeah, very quotable. That's fire. Very very quotable. All right, what's my strings right here? Yeah, we're gonna bring this guy in. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Looking for my transitions right now, but I don't know where them things is. No, they was in the Giuliani set, I think. Hold on 1 second. Ooh. Let this play. Here it is. It's crazy. I didn't see him. Oh well. I usually start with a piano, like a quick little melodic thing, or I'll start with like the drums for real. But it just depends on how I be feeling, bro. You know, I just if I'm happy, I might start with the drums. I haven't been happy lately, so maybe one day. I started with the drums yesterday, so I was happy yesterday. I'll give it to you there. I think it's so loud. Whoa. No, I ain't gonna put that in there. I do like that Rhodes a lot. I like the way that Rhodes sounds. Oh, let's see. I'm not that familiar with dolls and arrangement, and I mainly just write and kill that I've been trying to learn. But when I come into a doll, yeah, yeah. It's like you gotta be able to quantize the drums for the most part, unless you're really really good with the rhythm. But like in like Pro Tools though, like the audio will come out, and there's a way to like quantize the actual audio. Like I'm doing everything in MIDI here, but when you actually are doing like a recorded performance, and you have audio like in Logic, Pro Tools, any of that, I would say that the best DAW for that particular thing is Pro Tools. Now, Logic is really good as well. Logic is really, really good, but I'm just mostly familiar with FL Studios and Pro Tools. So that's why I be on FL Studios. Maybe I'll I got Pro Tools on my laptop, so maybe I'll do a stream from my laptop one day and switch up the DAW. That'd be very cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, the drums is weird. I like to have them a little off beat, you know. Ableton inspired to Ableton inspired to. Ableton's really good with like samples. Like you could set up a whole DJ performance, you know what I'm saying, like using Ableton, and it's really easy to, you know, interchange them samples. And you know, the drums, it's really easy to line up the drums in Ableton too. So yeah, check that out. I would check out like a couple YouTube videos on Ableton. I used it a couple times, but it's not like my main DAW. But yeah, that's awesome. Heck yeah, acoustic guitar too. Yes, love that acoustic guitar. This is my acoustic right here, Betsy. Betsy. Oh, she needs to be tuned. Haven't picked up Betsy in a while. Oh, but that's awesome. Very, very cool. See, I like to go in here with these EQs and I'll like kind of separate out like my sounds right here. So I'll put like a low pass filter on the bass. Now I wouldn't do this for every bass just because some basses you want that high end, but this particular bass is not like a real bass or anything. You don't really want that high end of it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's a epitome. Epitome. Yeah. Yeah, appreciate it. I love that guitar. I got that guitar when I was like, man, I had to be like maybe 21. So like a while ago, like 13, 14 years ago. I'm 35 now, so I got it a while ago. That's my baby though. Love that guitar. Oh, I like this. It's very randomized. Like when you release it, there's a note that hits. It's very strange. Yeah, I like that. Okay. That's crazy. Nope. Nope. Oh, I can actually see this. Yeah, that's what I want. Give it to me. 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 Where am I at? Give it to me. Give it to me. I'm on pattern 9. I can never remember what pattern I'm on, dog. Oh man, I done made too many patterns. That's why. All right. Nope. I need you to start here. Good try though. Yep, that's what I want. Hold on. Try it again now. Put me back at the beginning again. Ah, that's that. Back here. Yep, that's it. Simple. Simple, easy. Don't overthink it, you know. That's what we want. Especially with something laid back like this. Very, very cool. Yes. Oh, that thing is loud. What happened, bro? What happened? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it. I would probably, maybe throw this in the growth speech or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, experiment a little bit with this sound because I do like this sound. Like we can make this release longer, and then we could actually add this 1 beat gate, and it'll make it. Let me start from where I was. Maybe not that long. kind of fire. But yeah, I think that's about it for today, y'all. As always, I love y'all very much. Y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of the people around you. Yeah. I'll see y'all on the next one next week. Y'all have a good weekend. Much love. Peace, my friends. Peace.